Hello everyone, welcome to my 2024 sketchbook tour. Now I've actually been using the sketchbook for like 2 years. Has it been 2 years? Over 2 years now, which is kind of a long time, I realize. I was watching somebody else's sketchbook tour video and they were like, I've been using this sketchbook for 3 months and it's taking me forever. I'm like, that's taking forever? I've been using mine for 2 years and I'm still not done. Still have a few pages left. But I just wanted to get another little quick video posted on YouTube before I go back to school because I have no idea how busy I'm gonna be this up and coming school year. So if it ends up seeming like I died for the next like 9 to 10 months, then I'm probably fine. But this is my sketchbook. These are all my stickers. I'm gonna have to cover some of these because they are school related and I'm not really out here trying to dox myself. That also means that I can't actually show the first page of the sketchbook because it also has school related stickers and my full legal name. So we can just skip past that. Anyway, so I started the sketchbook on March 16th, 2022. That is 2.5 years ago. Admittedly, I got the sketchbook in 2020, like December of 2020 for Christmas, and I did technically draw on the very first page in 2021 at some point. I have no idea when, but this is technically the first page. I didn't even finish it, but we're just gonna ignore that. This is our first page. Okay. This is my OC Bi. She is part of this story that I called Hopeless Bi Romantic. It's supposed to be like a kind of harem anime, but it's like, I hate harem anime. So instead of like a bunch of people liking her, she likes a bunch of other people, but nobody likes her back and everybody keeps rejecting her, and it's supposed to be like a comedy, but saying that out loud it sounds really sad actually. This is her friend Beyond and they're so cute. I haven't drawn them in forever, but I think they're really cute and I think the story is funny. These are like some potential love interests because they don't actually like Bi back. So like how I was imagining the story would go is that like each arc is Bi pining for a different character, only for her to get rejected. But it's supposed to be like a really sweet coming of age story, okay? This is the obligatory beach episode. Okay, so I was in the middle of talking, but I just completely lost train of thought. So if that happens frequently throughout me recording this video, oh crap, wait. I was literally imagining like, what if I accidentally swear while I'm watching or recording this video? I was like, oh, I'm careful about that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I literally just did. I'm not supposed to be swearing because this is YouTube. I mean, it's not like my channel's monetized anyway, but whatever. I'm sorry. That won't happen again, I swear. Also, by the way, the AC's on right now. I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but it's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So if you can hear the AC, sorry about that. I hope it's not annoying or anything. These are just some doodles of Bi and her bestie, Beyond. This is like them doing a bunch of activities together. They're like childhood friends and they do everything together. Ooh, I really like this page. Just a bunch of hands. I love drawing hands. These are my OCs, Naoki and Yuto. Yuto was designed by an old friend. Naoki was my favorite OC for the longest time. These are more OCs in a different story. These are like, oh, this is Naoki and Yuto again. This is Takumi and Kaito. This is a little Naoki and Yuto comic that I drew. There's actually a third page, but I accidentally skipped the page, so that's there. This is me when I had longer hair and an undercut. My undercut era was such a slay. This is another little comic of Yuto and Naoki on a date night. I think this is the first page in this sketchbook where I tried to actually intentionally think about the composition, and I think it turned out nice. It's cute. This is more Bi. I think I completely forgot to say earlier, she's a hopeless romantic, so she falls for people very easily, but not everybody likes her. This is more Kaito and Takumi. They're part of a story that I would like to make a comic for at some point in the future. I have no idea when though. More Bi. I was really fixated on her at this time. She's so cute. I love her fashion style. These are just a bunch of my OCs. I tried sketching with marker, which was definitely a choice. It actually doesn't look that bad except for the purple ones. The purple was like the same value as the gray of the pencil, so it doesn't look too great. More by, not much to say other than she's a little cutie patootie. These are one of my mutuals OCs. We were doing an art trade at the time, and I don't usually draw anything else besides my own OCs in my sketchbook. I think I was trying to draw these two, on my iPad, but I was like super art blocked at the time. So what usually helps me with art block is to just like try a new or a different medium. If I can't draw on my iPad, then I open my sketchbook, or if I can't draw my sketchbook, then I get my iPad, you know? So I think I was just having a hard time drawing, so I switched over to my sketchbook. So congratulations to this mutual of mine for being the only mutual to show up in my sketchbook. Oh wait, that's such a lie. Scratch that. Congratulations to this mutual for being the first mutual to show up in my sketchbook. Sorry, I didn't mean to lie through my teeth like that. This is more Violet. She's probably one of the OCs that I've had the longest that I still draw, or actually I don't draw her, but like that I'm still very fond of. Oh wait, that's a lie too. It's a lie about the same thing too. I'm referring to the same group of OCs. You know the animatic I just posted? That OC I made with a friend like all the way in elementary school. I mean, to be fair, we didn't do anything with them until like last year, but that's the other friend slash a mutual of mine who shows up in my sketchbook. And this isn't the longest or the oldest OC that I have. Wait, oh my gosh. This is another OC that belongs to one of my friends. I don't know what I'm talking about clearly, and this is my own sketchbook. Sorry. I had the idea of like asking my friends to design love interests for Bai, so my friend designed her, and then I drew her in my sketchbook. These are some random girls, some random outfits, more random people. I love drawing girlies. I love drawing little girly pops. Hate drawing men. You'll see a lot of that later on in the sketchbook, how much I hate drawing dudes, but I won't complain about that too soon. We'll get back to that, we'll circle back to that when it's a little more relevant. You know, like the story with Takumi and Kaito. This is Kaito, this is his older sister Kaori, and I was thinking of doing like a little spin-off story about Kaito's older sister when she was in high school. And these are some concept sketches of character designs for another character in that story. This is the design I ended up sticking with for that character. I don't want to reveal too much about them, because that's a secret. I don't want to spoil my stuff. You know, that's such a problem with my OCs, is that like I have so many OCs and so many story ideas, and I want to talk about all of them all the time, but then I'm like, but what about for when I want to make a comic? Then I can't spoil this stuff because it's gonna get revealed later on whenever I actually make the full story, which I haven't really got around to doing because I'm bad at doing that stuff. It all stays in my brain and never leaves. I'm surprised that I even remember as much as I do of these stories, especially considering the fact that I have no idea what I just said like 2 minutes ago. I remember everything about my OCs, but nothing else. This is a little witch AU of Naoki and Yuto, because this is in October, and I was thinking of doing a witch thing for Halloween. These are just some random sketches of people. This is like how I tried to make my sketchbook pages a little nicer, is that like I fill a page with a bunch of sketches and then I just like add more details to the ones that I like this drawing for example. I've realized that there are ways to kind of like trick your eye into thinking that the entire page is nice. This whole spread might look visually appealing, but it's only like a few sketches that are pretty nice, right? So I just emphasize the ones that I like the most so that when I look through my sketchbook again, or if I'm filming a sketchbook tour video, your eye is drawn to what is emphasized first, and then you kind of gloss over the rest. It's psychology. I'm manipulating you as we speak. This is more Kaori and this character whose name is Aoi. This is when they were in high school. More pen sketches. See, like this. I liked this drawing the best, so I like rendered it more. These are some OC ideas that I had. This is like basically a self-insert. I wasn't too interested in the story, like it was kind of boring. I didn't have that many good ideas, so I just scrapped it completely. It was just like a kind of American high school kind of vibe. This is more Violet, that spider person, spider woman. Her superhero name is V Spider, and I remember being super proud of that name because her nickname is V. Oh, I could have just called her Spider V, and that would have been so easy, but then I moved the V to the beginning of the name, so it's V Spider, and like that's so creative, and I ate that up. I mean, it's a nice name, so I'm not gonna make fun of myself too much. Oh wait, what is this? More Kaori and Aoi. This is them in high school and then them when they're older. Oh boy, this page. Hate this page. Not because it looks bad or anything, but because I drew this when I had COVID and I was rushing to finish my art portfolio for college applications. It was like winter break. I got sick. On New Year's Day, I was completely bedridden for a whole day. The next day, I also had to like find something to draw for my stupid art portfolio. That wasn't even good. I was miserable, to say the least. These are a bunch of drawings of old OCs from like middle school and elementary school. I think these ones were OCs that I designed in like Gacha Life. Maybe you can tell. I'm pretty sure I just found some like random pre-made avatars and then just edited them slightly to make them my own. This was back when all of my OCs were girls. Now it's like the opposite. All of my OCs are like men. I don't know why, because I definitely prefer drawing women more, but I guess I just hate myself. Oh, cute. You know the app Zepeto? It's like a 3D avatar kind of social media thing. I like making a bunch of outfits on that app, so I just drew a bunch of outfits that I made. This is more Violets. These are two self-indulgent cottagecore lesbians. They're super cute. She's a princess, as it says. She's a peasant. Because I really like the whole rich-poor dynamic I've noticed. I think I just like the whole idea of like two people who come from very different backgrounds discovering that they have a lot in common with each other despite their different backgrounds. These are some pen sketches. This reminds me of the meme with the lady yelling at the cat. These are OCs I made for... I was taking graphic novels in school at the time, and one of the assignments was to make a short comic based off of the Three Little Pigs, but I kind of derailed. My story did not end up being anything remotely similar to the Three Little Pigs. Cause I had that teacher for like 3 years, he kind of just let me do what I want. As long as I vaguely followed the instructions, he kind of just let me do what I want. Cause I was his favorite student. Ellie! I just started rewatching the show with my family. After like over a year of trying to convince them to watch it, we finally started watching it. I watched the show. I watched 2 different playthroughs of the second game. Oh. I spent $50 on this, The Art of the Last of Us Part 2. I went to the bookstore the other day. I wasn't planning on buying anything, but then I just stumbled across a bunch of video game art books, and I was like, oh, but I have to, please. Sorry, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I love The Last of Us so much. I tried to capture Bella Ramsey's likeness in this page. I definitely had same face syndrome around this time, but I think I did an okay job. This is like one of those pages where I was art blocked and didn't want to finish it. This is the next mutual of mine who shows up in my sketchbook. This is Lonnie and Gray. I made that animatic I just posted about her when she was a kid, and the whole story that my friend and I are working on right now is that these two are like assassins. They hate each other and then they're forced to work together to find a guy. These are the OCs that I was talking about earlier that my friend and I made when we were in elementary school, and then we revamped them around this time. They used to be furries. They were inspired by Lackadaisy because we both read Lackadaisy on Webtoon and we were obsessed with it. So we made this like, we were playing like this whole little game at school based off of Lackadaisy, even though the story wasn't even remotely similar to Lackadaisy. The Lackadaisy animated pilot was posted on YouTube, and I was super excited about it. I was like, oh my god, look, remember Lackadaisy? It's getting a show now, there's a pilot, it's animated. And my friend was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then we started talking about these OCs again. Aw, this is Ashley and Leon from Resident Evil. Wait, which game is it? 4? I'm not super into Resident Evil. I've only watched a playthrough of Village. I think that's the 8th game. And then the remake of 4. But Leon kind of got on my nerves. why did they have to make such an attractive guy like so cringe, you know what I mean? So I thought Leon and Ashley's dynamic was really silly. This is more Naoki and Yuto. This is Aoi, or Kaori and Aoi. Low-key, I think what mostly inspired me to make this story was like the whole, you know, the whole like red and blue sapphics thing, like Vi and Caitlyn from Arcane. So I was like, why don't I make my own red and blue sapphics? And so I did. This is Naoki and Yuto when they first kind of meet. They go to the same school, they're in the same class. One day, it's like raining, and then they both try to like save this cat. Naoki got to the cat first, but he didn't have an umbrella or anything. So when Yuto got there, they brought the cat back to Yuto's place to dry the cat and to also let Naoki get all dried up. This is like the first time they ever interact with each other. This is more Takumi, Kaito, and Itsuki. Dang, it took me this long to ever draw Itsuki in this sketchbook. This story, I don't have a title for it, but this story is about these three in high school, and this is them having a little sleepover. This is the mermaid AU for Naoki and Yuto. This is when I first started trying to give these characters more defined facial features. I didn't really end up sticking with that though for these, because these are like anime inspired stories. I kind of draw my OCs in slightly different art styles now. So the OCs that I have that are like more anime inspired, I stick with less defined features to stick with the more anime art style. A bunch of my other OCs, I draw more detailed. Ooh, this is my spider Sona. I changed the design a little bit from this. I just added like a little bit more detailing with the colors. I really liked how the top half looked, but the bottom was kind of lacking because it's just like black and white. These are like some of my favorite pages in the sketchbook. Before drawing this, I was like really art blocked. You can kind of see there's like this little drawing of Miles, and I didn't really know what I was doing. The Spider-Verse stuff kind of was like what catalyzed my desire to draw more diverse facial features too. But I was really art blocked at the time, and I was getting really frustrated, so I was like, ugh, whatever. I'll just like sketch stuff out really messily, and if I happen to like any of these sketches, I can add more detail to it, because that's what I usually do. And so I kind of like started going over some of these sketches in like a very scribbly, messy style to match like the whole spider-punk aesthetic, and I think it turned out really, really cool. It literally was just me scribbling, and that's what made it so relaxing to do, because I kind of stopped worrying about it. I've noticed that the less I worry about sketchbook pages, the better they turn out. So little rule of thumb, just have fun, you know? This is my current favorite OC. His name is July. Little fun fact, I named him July because, well, actually, let me go back a little bit. I was watching Trigun Stampede. One morning, I woke up and watched one episode, and then right as I got out of bed, I just had this flash of a character design idea, and I was like, I gotta draw this. I gotta sketch this out really, really quickly. And that's actually right here. This is the first ever sketch of this character. Sometimes what I do when I'm art blocked is to just like draw on loose pieces of paper so that I don't have to worry about filling a page as much, and then I just glued it in afterward. This is July. His full name is July Lamont. I drew him without any like idea of names or really story ideas, but I was thinking of doing like a whole cyberpunk aesthetic, so I drew him, and then I wrote the date on the page, because I always write the date on the page, and I was like, wait, why does like the word July kind of fit his face? So then I ended up just making that his name. These are some My Little Pony Equestria Girls redesigns. I'm not entirely sure if I'm ever gonna get around to doing a redesign video for them. I've moved on since then. It's been like over a year. These two pages I tried drawing with fine liners, or sketching with fine liners for the first time, because usually when I would draw with pen, it would be just like a ballpoint pen, but I tried using fine liners, and it was really fun actually. Some of these are July, the rest a bunch of character designs. More pen sketches. These ones right here are like old OCs that I made in 9th grade. Typical troubled, angsty teen and manic pixie dream girl who is actually pretty messed up emotionally and mentally as well. These are some photo studies of like people on Pinterest. This is me if I was in a Western cartoon. These two pages are just July in high school. The story doesn't take place when he's in high school. He's 25 in the main story, but because the whole aesthetic of this story was something that I'm not used to, sci-fi, cyberpunk stuff, I don't know how to draw that. So I didn't really know where to start with the world building and the design of pretty much anything. I decided to start with high school uniforms because I've designed high school uniforms before with my plethora of high schooler OCs that I've created in the past. July lives on like the richer side of the setting, so he goes to like this pretty elite high school, and the aesthetic I was thinking of would be super clean and bland, almost like sterile. This is July in college. This is July currently, or almost currently. This is supposed to be like as he first gets his job. He is a police officer. I had to skip the last couple of pages because there's a bunch of spoilers of my ideas, and I don't want to spoil. Dang. This is from December, and the next couple of pages are from January. I think I drew this stuff in March. This stuff I drew in April. You can see that it is taking me a long time to get through the sketchbook because I draw on my iPad too much. I never open my sketchbook anymore, at least as much as I used to. So there's just like months in between some of these pages. These are new OCs. They're supposed to be like cliche American high school drama comedy. These are 2 of 3 popular girls. This is Jasmine, and this is Ashlyn. There's a third one named Carmen, and they're supposed to be like very fashionable. So I drew a bunch of these 2's outfits. This is more Jasmine, and this is her boyfriend, Devin. But this drawing is when they first met each other, and they're like the it couple, you know? Because he's a jock, she's a popular girl. So of course they'd be dating. This is Lonnie again. Lonnie as a kid. This is the guy that was at the end of that animatic that I just posted. And this is another character named Rowan in that story. I was playing AFK Journey at the time. That's my avatar that I made in the game. This is more Lonnie and Rowan. This is Lonnie as she's growing older. Okay, here's where we start getting into my kryptonite. My kryptonite being this one particular OC. In the same story as July, this is his little boyfriend, Maverick, and I hate him because he is so hard to draw. Now, I foreshadowed a little bit earlier how much I hate drawing dudes, but muscular dudes, hyper-masculine muscular dudes, I hate even more. And this guy is the epitome of everything that I hate drawing. A lot of this page was me trying to like redesign him and just like experiment with drawing him, and then me also complaining about how much I hate drawing him. We love July over here. Maverick. This is more AFK Journey stuff. These pencil sketches right here. I saw a video of somebody redesigning some of the characters from Yandere Simulator, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So I did. This is Ayano, and this is Osana. This is more July. I like this sketch right here. Now this is another sketchbook page that I'm super proud of. I just rewatched Banana Fish back in June, and I really wanted to draw them, but I hadn't at the time yet. I was looking at these pages. Oh wow, I flipped to it perfectly. I was looking at these pages and I was like, I really want to do another sketchbook page that's like really nice like this. On this day, I dedicated like an entire afternoon to just drawing this. I actually started it like the night before, like drawing these on sticky notes the night before. The entire afternoon the next day was just all of this. I was trying to go for like kind of a graffiti look. It doesn't really look like that because I don't know how to do graffiti, but I really like how this turned out. And I love Banana Fish so much. That show is so good, even though it makes me so sad. I watched it for the second time a couple months ago and I still cried so much. I remember the first time I watched it back in like 2020. I was so sad after watching it that like that night that I finished it, I literally cried myself to sleep, and I was so sad for the entire rest of the week. It emotionally impacted me so much, but it's so good. This is more Lonnie and Gray. See, you see how much time goes by? This was in June, and then I only did this in August. I'm like this close to finishing my sketchbook. Like there's literally only a few pages left, yet I still can't finish it. Anyway, Lonnie and Gray, they're very like siblings who hate each other's guts, but they would do anything to protect each other, you know what I mean? I love found family. And these are the final pages. I didn't actually finish this yet, so I probably should have waited to do the sketchbook tour until I finish this page, but I am super fixated on Class of '09 right now. It's like a visual novel game, and it's so funny. I love it so much. This is Nicole and Jekka and Emily. I started drawing my own Sona as a character in the game because I really like making different versions of myself in all of the media that I hyperfixate on. But that is it. The last thing I'll do, oh, well, I have like some swatches of colors here. These are my alcohol-based markers. They're Ohuhu markers. These are just my Crayola markers. And I have this little pocket or little folder in the back here full of a bunch of drawings that were on loose pieces of paper. This is from like 2022, Muscular Lady. I did not know how to draw muscles at the time, but I think she looks really cool. Okay, I said I didn't know how to draw muscles at the time as if I do know how to draw muscles now, which I definitely don't. If anybody who's watching this video follows me or has been following me on Instagram, you would know how much I complain about drawing muscular dudes or just muscular people, but specifically Maverick, who is a muscular dude. Hate that guy, hate him. Ew, get that man off of my screen. He's not even on the screen. He's not even in front of my face right now, and I'm still complaining about him. This is a drawing of an old OC. This is July and me, because I based July's face off of mine, so I just wanted to like draw us next to each other to compare. I kind of messed up the colors by coloring in her skin tone, because that color is way too similar to her hair, so it doesn't look great, but oh well. These are more drawings of July from last year. Oh, he's bald. She's bald and she's torturing people who have hair. You know, there's a reason that these ones stayed in the back of my sketchbook because they're not the best. And this is it. That is the completed 2024 sketchbook tour. Ugh, I just spent like over an hour recording that sketchbook tour video, and then my phone died because I wasn't paying attention to the battery and I wasn't charging my phone. But the footage is fine. I would have been so mad if it didn't record and then I had to re-record an hour of content. If you made it this far, I have no idea how long this video is gonna be when I cut it down and edit it, but if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the support on my very first video ever. You know, when I posted that video, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. But then like I posted it, went on vacation the week after, and when I came back I was like already at 100 subscribers, and then that entire week afterward my channel just like kept growing and growing, and I was like, what is going on? This is kind of freaking me out. But thank you for the support, and if you want to see more of my art, you should follow me on Instagram. It's linked in my bio of my channel. Check it out. I post some cool stuff. Thank you and goodbye.